No, we're live. Here we go.
Fun of information. You wait. We hope for the news. We just love to give you the news.
And down. Hey. How's it going? Hey, I'm live here from Toronto, Canada, and it's another episode of The Kidders. Joining me today, as always, is the head nun of Nuns for Fun, Vicky Quaddy. Hello, Vicky.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm trying to talk Canadian because I'm up here in Toronto, so you know they're teaching me a little bit about it. So
a lot of Catholics in Toronto.
I'm sorry?
A lot of Catholics in Toronto.
Are there really? There's also a lot of, there's a lot of, foreigners and burqa wearers and all kinds of stuff here. So they're pretty much a mixed bag. And speaking of mixed bag, joining us from Indiana is Tim Slagle, the Aristotle of comedy.
Hey, I'm spending the day baking cookies. Little hint: take them out of the box first.
And we've got a guest with us, a live studio guest. This is Terry Brock. He's the media guru who first started us on Google Plus and all of this other stuff. He's what's your best-selling book's name now? The
Clout Matters.
Clout Matters is his new best-selling book.
Clout with a K.
Clout with a K. Well, yeah, that's why it matters.
Yeah.
And he's and chip in with any witticisms that he may have. But if you're ready, I'm ready, because we've got some interesting stuff that came up in the news today. First of all, did you watch Discovery Channel last night when the guy was supposed to get eaten by the anaconda? Anybody watch that?
No, I missed that.
It was a big special. They started pumping it up when Nick Wallenda walked across the Chicago River. This guy was going to be swallowed by a 25-foot anaconda, and he was wearing a special protective suit and a helmet, and it took him like most of 70 minutes out of the hour-and-a-half special to find the snake. And then when they did, this guy stuck his head in there. The snake curled itself around him until he thought he was dead. And then he stuck his head in there, and the guy freaked out. And he's, "Oh, get me out, get me out." And the viewers complained. They said, "Oh, no, we want to see him dead. We want to see him come out as anaconda."
Yeah, a little hint for anyone else that wants to try this. Anacondas are not SAG members. When they eat you, it's for real.
And the residuals that they leave are in the anaconda. Vicky, what do you think? Do you think that this could have been, had it been swallowed, would it have been considered a miracle? Would the man be ready for sainthood?
It would be a miracle if the snake started to talk. Anybody got an apple here?
and if the guy's head was coming out, the snake would literally be talking out of his ass. All right. This happened in Chicago, and it's very disturbing. Apparently, they had the furry convention in Chicago, and it's people who think that they're animals, I guess. It's a celebration of anthropomorphic animals, and a lot of them dress up like animals, and they roll in their own dirt. I don't know what they do. But there was a chemical, a chlorine smell that came out. They found somebody dumped chlorine powder in the hallway because apparently it was anti-furry, and it made all these people run outside. So they're dressed like squirrels and mongoose and everything else, and they're roaming around outside the hotel in Rosemont. And I just was wondering what you would think if you saw the people outside Rosemont Hotel all dressed as animals.
Well, actually, I think they wanted to make it an authentic event, complete with animal testing.
The cosmetic companies ran over there. What about you, Vicky?
Well, Rosemont was talking about putting up a zoo, and I guess, this was the best they could do.
This is a start. Here's a quote from one guy. "It was shocking," this guy said, while standing outside the hotel dressed in a red panda animal suit. if that's the kind of interviews you have to settle for. Oh, all right, we have another animal story. I feel like Larry Luchak. Another animal story from England. A guy was caught speeding at 100 miles per hour, which I believe, if I've been in Canada long enough to do the conversion, that's about 1 billion kilometers. And his excuse was that his dog had its butt on the gas pedal, and that's why he was going so fast.
The dog did it? Isn't
The
that
dog.
usually the excuse you use for passing gas?
And forgetting your homework. But this dog was sitting on a gas pedal, making the guy go 100 miles an hour. Vicky, what would you do in a case like that?
You know what? I would clear it. That dog is, a dog does not move fast unless it really needs to. And there's, you probably don't want to know what's inside that car if you don't get that dog to where it wants to go. Clear the roads.
And Dale, I say it's a good reason to have your dog with you at any time. The dog did it. I didn't do it.
Even if you don't have a dog, keep one in your car, just in case.
I think somebody whispered in the dog's ear that they saw Michael Vick.
He's going to step on it, step on it. And then, this is a really, really disturbing story. Again, over in England, where everything disturbing seems to happen, is that the schools over there are no longer celebrating Christmas as much as they are a winter holiday, to the point where they're replacing Jesus in the manger with Elvis. And I'm sorry, that's just so wrong. The Elvis, lobsters, spacemen, these are what kids are dressing up for Christmas. So, Vicky, as our spiritual advisor, what would your advice be to the English?
Well, you know what? There's a whole new wing of hell that's been opened up recently. I'd be a little bit concerned, that their ticket has already been stamped.
Would that be where all the lawyers and stuff go, or?
Close. Lawyers are actually a little below hell.
This is the seven levels of Dante's Inferno. What about you, Tim?
Ironically, there's no room at the inn was exactly what Elvis said right before he died.
and he was sitting on the pot at the time, so.
Also,
got to make a little more room.
it's not so unusual.
I can't eat that sandwich.
And instead of 3 wise men, they're having 2 Tories and a liberal, and nothing to add.
Well, I think it was just like Elvis saying, wise men say only fools rush in where Brits are.
Talk towards the camera.
Oh, did we talk to the camera?
How to do this.
There's our advisor right there.
The laws are different.
All right. Well, I don't know if anybody's aware of this. Our big question of the week is today is Green Monday, which I didn't understand, but it's supposedly the 3rd largest shopping day behind Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Today is Green Monday. I don't know how it got, I guess, the color of money, which if it was up here in Canada, it would have to be, Plaid Monday because their money's all kinds of colors. But how are you planning to celebrate Green Monday?
It's a shopping day. I always thought Green Monday was the day you threw away the Thanksgiving leftovers.
Vicky, what about you?
I went out and got some kale salad.
And because I'm here in Canada, which is primarily French people, I'm going to eat a frog.
Daly reminds me of where I grew up.
The camera.
Yeah, the camera reminds me of that. A Chartreuse Wednesday. There was Chartreuse Wednesday where I grew up in Michigan. It was right after Tuesday night bars too much and drinking too much. It was really bad.
And it was named after what? The vomit?
Saint Chartreuse. It's a Catholic thing, Vicky. You know about that.
Do you know that, Vicky? Saint Chartreuse?
Do you have a ruler there somewhere in that room?
I'll slap his knuckles with the TV remote. Well, that's it for yet another happy week. Vicky, Bible or Christmas bingo going on. I'm going to it this Friday, so if you kids out there would like to meet me, I'll be in the front row at Christmas bingo. How about you, Vicky? You're heading out to the West Coast?
Just yeah, I'm going out to the West Coast this weekend, and but I'm back to do Christmas bingo at the theater on Sunday, so I'll be there. I'm back and forth across the country, sharing Christmas joy.
Okay, Terry, stick your hand in the camera. Vicky's going to whack it with
Back
a
here we go. There we are. Whacking time. Oh, yes. Forgive me, Vicky, for I have sinned.
and Tim, what about you?
This weekend I'll be at the castle in Lake Orion, Michigan.
All right. Well, do they have a moat there, or?
I don't. It's like a big. I don't know why it's there. So somebody just started building a castle for something in Lake Orion, and then years later they said, "What are we going to do with this?" And now they do banquets there. So.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, I'll be back home from Canada, and I'll be trying to get through customs. That'll probably take me about a week or so. But we appreciate everybody being here. Please tell your friends about the Kidders, and if you're ever in a location where we are, you can be like Terry and be one of our guest people.
Or not after mine.
Yeah. And there's our theme music, folks. Thanks for joining the Kidders. We'll be back here next Monday. I think that'll be our